Well, good afternoon. It has been a long day. A lot of things have happened, including me cleaning my kitchen, which is enormous. But I want to talk about a few things briefly before my battery runs out. This stuff sucks a lot of power from your batteries, and I never seem to plug in. Number one, I withdrew from the Tea Party Tribune today, and I did it for a lot of reasons. The first of all was they took their site down for maintenance or whatever for the holiday weekend, and it didn't come back up today, which attracted my attention. I don't like to work from 4:30 in the morning till midnight every night on what I do, and then somebody break my stride. I just don't like to do that. It doesn't, I mean, I don't get psychotic and cut my wrist or anything, but I just don't like it. And this has happened several times. Well, this time it just went a little too far. Actually, today I didn't actually write anything. I was doing several other things, and I come up with a theory that I'm going to start doing these live presentations here at MFA, and when I get reactions from you guys, I'm going to use those reactions to help me flavor and, come up with different ideas, different inputs, because you guys have got minds too. I've been wrong. Everybody's wrong every now and then, and I'll have an idea that seems real good at the time, but I have been wrong in the past. I mean, I've been married 6 times and divorced. I know I've been wrong at least 6 times in my life, But anyway, that's the first thing I decided. The other thing is I'm leading a lot of people into MFA, from people who have left in the past, people who have heard about it but don't like the flavor, people who have not heard about it and are looking into it. And I'm leading people into MFA when they're joining, because they're coming back and they're telling me that they've joined. And so I'm doing that. Since I've left the Tea Party Tribune, I'm going to a WordPress format. And this is not, fellas, this is not the end of the world, okay? I want to let you know. Another reason I wanted to leave when I did is I wanted to go out of winter. The butcher shop dominated the Tea Party Tribune for at least the last year. I mean, dominated. I'm always big over there. But we were like 100% of the front page a lot of the time. Sometimes the first and second page. And I didn't want to be like a champion boxer and be the world champion and then get knocked out. And so I didn't want to do that. So that is why, one of the reasons I chose to back out. And it's time to move on. It's not a bad thing or anything like that. It's time to go on to the next level. And the next level is to support MFA, take the expertise that we have learned at the butcher shop to help you guys recover from what's happened and go on to the next level with us, okay? So you're going to be seeing, I'm going to do as many of these live feeds. Not one thing I don't like about people doing live feeds at times is they come on and they do a 5-minute, 10-minute live feed, which is just a gripe session. They don't give you any information. They don't edify you or anything like that. I want to come on with some real information, some real stuff. And I hate what I call teasers. Toward the end of this video, I'm going to tell you this. No, I'll just tell you up front. This is what I'm doing. This is what's going on. All that kind of stuff. So that's basically what we're doing. Tomorrow, I had an idea for a article, and I don't know how I'm going to gel it in my mind. It's going to be called Yo Mama, Yo Mama. And I'm going to do that. Also, some analyzation on the distinct possibility that Michelle Obama is going to run for president, and the distinct possibility that she has a shot at the presidency. I just went through about an hour phone call with someone who is absolutely panicked over that possibility and everything. Now, I am partners with Brother Theo, who is a liberal Democrat. So I get input from the other side telling me this is what you're dealing with, my conservative friend. And so I'll be giving you the truth. Now, the other thing that we're going to discuss is I do a lot of study. Believe it or not, I don't just sit around drinking beer all the time. I actually study a lot, and I study a lot of documentaries, a lot of papers written by Harvard, Yale, places like that. And I saw one last night that classified us people who question events and say maybe there was more going on than we thought was going on. We call conspiracy people. And this psychologist was saying that, well, let's see, basically, we don't trust anybody. We were abused in our childhood, and our mamas don't like us. Now, I think he was full of crap. Okay. I think that people who buy into conspiracy in what-if kind of things, we don't trust the government that much. You know, when the government tells us point blank, this is what happened, everything that you see the government do, and I'll always control my language here, but I'm going to say this, it's half-assed. You know, it's not what you would expect. Yeah, Deanna, my mama loved me too. It's not what you'd expect to come out of a business, for instance, or a doctor's office or anything like that. It's always a compromise. You know, well, we weren't quite sure what hit the World Trade Center. It looked like it was a couple of planes, but could have been explosives. It could have been a kite. So we're going to say this, this, and this. And anybody with any common sense stands back and says, well, what if? You know, could it have happened this way? Could it have happened that way? A prime incident, yesterday I studied yet again the Kennedy assassination. And I saw a very good 3-hour lecture by a psychologist. Now, if you ever have trouble sleeping, I want you to watch a 3-hour lecture by a psychologist, and that'll take care of your sleeping problem right there. But he had it all figured out, and it's easy to buy into what he said. It wasn't tinfoil hat stuff either. I mean, it was a lot of logistics and all this. But I watched an interview with Clint Hill. Clint Hill was the Secret Service agent that you see jump up on the trunk of the limousine after Mr. Kennedy's hit. And he was on it when Mrs. Kennedy climbed on the back. He was the one that shoved her back and all that. But he said something during that interview that strikes you. For all of the logistics and the ballistics and all that, he said, I saw the bullet hit the back of his head. I saw the bullet hole appear. And I saw the explosion of the brain cavity after that. That's hard to beat. I did work in 1977 with Jim Garrison, and I wrote a paper that went to the Senate subcommittee hearings and was published on my theory about the Kennedy assassination. And Jim and I, he gave me advice. He was the district attorney in New Orleans that brought what was his name, Clay Shaw, brought Clay Shaw to trial on that conspiracy. He called me one last time, and he agreed with what I said. He liked my theory, which I won't expound here because I may be running out of battery pretty quick. But he said, you know, Billy, we always got to remember that little skinny warehouseman might have got up one day, he was losing his wife and family and everything, and he might have just figured he owed himself president. And see, that's what you got to realize. No matter what your theories are, no matter what you think, you just could be wrong. So I always go with that. I always remember that. Now, the other thing I'm going to touch on is I am going to work with, hey, Candy, hey, Stephen, MFA, and with Scott. Now, I don't know why, but I got a problem with Scott's last name. Sion. So from now on, when I say the one, that's our new leader, Scott. The one, okay? So when I say the one, I agree with what the one is doing, and I agree with what the board of directors is doing. All right. I really like what they're doing. Everything I do is in concert with them and trying to put this thing back together, this MFA, which is a wonderful organization. I've received nothing but welcomes and hugs and love from you kind people out there. And that means a lot to me because I'm not a very lovable person. I'm really not. I've got an ego the size of a bus and everything. And unlike some people that used to do these videos on this place, I never brag about my IQ. I'll be frank with you. I've never taken an IQ test in my life. I don't know what my IQ is. I might be an idiot. That's why I'm afraid to take it. But I do try to tell the truth, and I'm pretty good at political analysis, which is basically opinions, op-ed, okay? That's why when I talked to this person I was talking to just now, and I was telling them that I have thought Michelle Obama, good, Candy, I like that. Oh, yeah, I digress. Anyway, Michelle Obama might have a shot. And this person lost her. Oh, my God, how? Well, she's clean as an angel's drawers. She has no political affiliations to wit. All she has to do is keep her mouth shut. She's black and she's a woman. Oh, that's terrible. That's racist. No, that's political reality. That's political reality. That's how you win elections, all right? That's the way it works. I predicted in print, in not one but 2 articles, that Donald Trump was going to be president when he was in the Republican debates against his 12 contenders. I wrote an article that said, "Meet President Trump." And everybody thought I was drunk. Well, I wasn't drunk. He's in the White House right now. Now I'm telling you straight up, if Michelle runs against him, she will be a contender. Who else is going to run? Bernie Sanders? What's he going to do? Walk in there on his walker and tell everybody they're going to get free food stamps? Come on. You know, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. She'll be a good contender. And fellas, let me explain America to you. Okay? America is like this. You're supposed to have a division of authority: legislative, executive, and judicial. Okay? That's the way it's supposed to work. Now, as usual, I'm running out of battery power and everything, so I won't be going much further than this. But I will be trying to come on every day, and reactions that I get from you guys will give me fodder to help write my articles, which you will see here, and we will go on. Thank you again for your support. Thank you again for your love, and let's move on, and let's make America great again, and let's march for America, okay?